He will get over it. It is just one night.
This is actually kind of amazing, not gonna lie. Guess we are live now.
You would think saying no clearly in writing would be enough, especially when it comes to a private boat that I own docked at a marina I pay for insured under my name and completely outside HOA authority, but Karen thought rules did not apply to her, and that decision turned into the worst mistake she could have made it. Started with a simple email she sent asking to use my boat for an HOA. Party calling it a community asset, I replied immediately. No permission denied. Clearly stated with reasons: liability, marina policy, and ownership. I thought that was the end of it, but I was wrong, and before this gets insane, I am curious where you watching from. Drop your country in the comments, I read them all. Because what happened next felt unreal. A few days later I had to leave town before going. I secured everything, locked the cabin, disabled ignition, double-checked dock lines, and made sure my camera system was active, just in case. That just in case happened at exactly 8:47 p.m. I got a motion alert, and when I opened the feed, I could not believe what I was seeing. Karen was boarding my boat, holding a drink, smiling like she owned it, followed by HOA members carrying speakers and coolers, acting like it was a party venue. One of them even waved at the camera like it was funny. That moment changed everything, because that was not confusion, that was intentional trespass. I called my neighbor, who had my spare key, and he admitted. Karen told him I gave permission. She lied confidently, and he believed her, and instead of stopping it immediately, I decided to let it play out, because people like that only learn when consequences hit them directly. I checked my boat controls: ignition disabled, still secure. Then I remembered something important. The dock system I had installed allowed remote release of the lines, and the tide conditions that night were perfect. Slow current, gentle drift, just enough to move without danger, so I sat back, opened the app, and released the lines slowly. The boat began to drift. At first, they did not notice. They were too busy celebrating, laughing, recording videos, pretending it was theirs. But within minutes, everything changed. The dock started moving away, lights shrinking, panic slowly replacing confidence. Karen dropped her phone and started shouting, "Why are we moving? Someone tried the engine. Nothing happened." Someone else looked for control, but there was none. Because control was never theirs, I reported the situation officially. Unauthorized use documented with footage and location data. I was not trapping them. I was protecting my property and documenting a crime, and the longer they drifted, the more reality set in. The party energy disappeared, replaced by confusion and fear. They were not prepared for the situation they created. Phones losing signal, coordination gone, and slowly everything Karen built. As authorities started falling apart, the Coast Guard eventually intercepted them miles away. And by then the story was already clear: unauthorized boarding, false claims, and complete loss of control. When authorities reviewed everything, the facts spoke for themselves. I never gave permission, they forced access, and the consequences followed quickly. Karen tried to spin it later, claiming misunderstanding, but the footage destroyed that narrative completely. Neighbors saw the truth. Board members saw it, and within hours she lost the one thing she valued most: control. She was removed from her position and forced to face the results of her own actions. I did not need revenge. I just needed patience and proof. Because when people think they can take what is not theirs, eventually reality corrects them, and honestly it makes you think, what did she really expect was going to happen when she boarded someone's private property after being clearly told? No, let me know what you think, because I read your comments, and if stories like this hit different, you already know what to do.